There's so many people from different countries that move here, and it's developing because of that. What are your thoughts on that? How it feels to be a Costa Rican in Nosara and what's happening in this community?
I feel like I'm being tested here. What is the right answer?
Welcome to the Whole Human Experience, your library for experiential wellness. So, physical therapist, owner, operator of Nosara Bodyworks with around 15 practitioners there on site. You run the kids karate. You're the president of Nosara Animal Care. And you also run, which just completed, Outsiders, the beach workout Monday, Wednesday, Friday. You do so much in this community. That's a lot of things. Like, I thought I did a lot of things with the businesses and things that I operate, but you do a lot. And the first thing I'm curious about is your balance of ambition and lifestyle. I'm curious how you bring together building so many things and doing so many things, but also showing up for yourself. Start there.
Okay. Well, first of all, thank you for having me in this podcast. I feel honored to be here. And yeah, I think balance is something that I learned the hard way. When I first started working, I was working 10 to 12 hours a day. I was really not having any social interactions, not much, and I was not prioritizing my health. I had the ambition. I definitely had the ambition when I was younger, like I want to learn, I felt like I was like in this phase of like being like a sponge, like I want to get everything in, all the knowledge, practice. I also wanted to travel, but it was like, I was like working, and when I moved to Nosara, there's this thing about like the season. So like you have to work really hard in high season, and then you get like 2 months off when you can travel. So I was in that for a few years. I moved to Nosara in 2011, and I think April 2014 is when I changed that and decided to open my own practice, Nosara Bodywork. And at that time, I had the awareness like, wait, okay, I'm passionate about what I do, but I also want to have a life. I felt like I was not having, it was just work, eat, sleep, work, eat, sleep. So then I started, just creating boundaries. I was one person that I didn't know how to say no. I would always say yes to helping people because that's what I love to do. So it was very natural, but then it came to the point where I realized like I'm not really doing anything for myself. And then when I open up more space for myself is when all these other things start happening. So I started with creating Nosara Bodywork, and I was like, oh, okay, I have time, so maybe I can start teaching kids. And then I got involved. I wanted to volunteer because, like, how can I give back to the community? So I got involved with Nosara Animal Care. And since then, it's been this, like, dance between what I love to do, what is my paying job, what I love to do. Like, I'm an animal lover, so for me, Nosara Animal Care is like my passion project. How I want to honor my lineage, my dad, like karate comes from that. And I love working with kids. And I was doing some of that in San Jose, but here in Nosara, not so much. So it was like an avenue to also get that desire to be around kids and work with kids. And yeah, I think I remember also when my friend said, because I was like, I'm doing so much, I don't have time to do yoga. Then she was like, just put it in the calendar. Make it as an appointment. It's an appointment with yourself. Yeah. I was like, okay. So I learned that too. Like, okay, I'm going to get like a schedule for myself, some hours that I just won't be available at all, and some commitments that I really, like if I love this yoga class or if I really want to go surfing this day because the conditions are good. So I just block it in my calendar. So I know it's a commitment to myself or an appointment with myself. And then, I also realized that part of being a whole human, it's having community. So it's like, I like to be on my own and I do things by myself is amazing, but also it's craving like a sisterhood or like a, you know, chosen family. Because here in Nosara, most of us were not from here. So our families are away. They're not, you know, they're not present. We can do a phone call, but it's not the same. So spending time with, girlfriends and going to social events, I think that was also important. That is important. And then as a physical therapist, I feel like I need to lead by example, and I need to be healthy. I need to be strong to show up for my clients, my patients, to speak about healthy habits and exercising, and if I mean, depending of, there's so many different types of physical therapy, but if I had to like assist someone moving, I need to be strong to be able to hold them. So I think as far, I don't know if I answered your question, as I just went into a rabbit hole.
A lot of great stuff.
But learning how to say no was a big one for me. Setting a schedule and making like set times or block times for myself was a few tools to learn how to balance more my life. And I also feel like when you're doing what you're passionate, that gives you extra energy.
Yeah,
like
fuels
I'm just,
you.
Like I'm like everything that I do, I get recharged. I get like super excited.
I've seen that about you for
Like,
sure. Yeah.
So I think like that's another secret. Like I'm not working for the money. I'm not working for something outside of my job. Like I'm doing what I love, and for that, it's like this. How to say it? Like it's not like a one way. I'm not just giving myself. I'm receiving as much as I give. Like every time I save a dog, that just gives me more love and more, you know, desire to keep doing, you know, I see the impact that we do in the community. Every time that I hang out with the kids, like I get so happy. I come home, I'm like, oh my God, these kids are adorable. So like I could keep doing it, you know, and like every time I help a patient and I see the client improving the range of motion, or it's like, I'm happy. So like doing what you really love, like I can be doing 5 things, 7 things, but it's all things that I'm passionate and I love to do. So that's also how I feel like it just recharged me.
Yeah, amazing. I see as you're talking about it, it's coming through. It's beautiful. How do you actually find what you love? Because I mean, this a lot of people say this: do what you love. Just do that. But then I think a lot of people struggle to actually not only find fulfillment in it, but then find ways that it can actually sustain their life. Like you seem to find a balance of doing things you love, being of service, but it can also help you pay the bills. Like, how do you feel like you came into being able to do what you love? I imagine there was iterations over time from San Jose to current day in Nosara. How do you feel like you were able to cultivate things you loved that also gave to you so you could live the way you do now?
I don't know. I do feel very blessed. I feel very lucky because I feel like I always knew what I wanted to do. Since I was like 14, 15, I was like, it's either I'm going to be a vet or I'm going to be a doctor. And that, I mean, you know, that was when I was super young. Yeah. And now looking back, it's like, I am working with animals. Like, I'm not a vet, but I am helping animals. I am helping humans. So I always knew that. I don't know. I mean, I think that's a tough question because, I don't have an answer. Other than, like, I knew my personality. I knew the type of things that I want to do. I also knew what I was raised by. Like, my dad was a karate instructor. My mom was leading sort of like an outsider's thing, but it was indoors. Yeah, it was indoors. Cool. So like she was like an aerobics instructor. We had a sauna in the house, which I thought I thought that was normal. Like have a sauna in your house. Yeah. And to
that should be normal.
Yeah, I grew up, I was like, oh, actually, this is not, you know, like, it's not everyone has a sauna in their house. So, like, my parents were all into wellness and movement. And my dad is a psychologist by profession as well. My mom is a school teacher. I guess I just grew up with, like, seeing my mom working with kids and seeing my dad teaching karate. And I don't know, I just I was just engraved with those things, and I always knew like I like science. I think it's a feeling. Like it's hard. I don't know. I mean,
well, something that seems intuitive to you, I guess it's hard to make it tangible, but I know for many people to actually follow the feeling contradicts a lot of other things. It's like, ooh, but if I follow that, that's too much of a risk. Or if I follow that, I'm going to lose this security of blank, blank, blank. But to you, it seemed like it was just an intuitive path to be like, oh yeah, this, of course, it's a no-brainer. I'm going to go here.
I think maybe, yeah, it's a feeling. Maybe like when someone, like say for example, when they asked me to be part of Nosara Animal Care, I was like, yes. Right? Like, yes, I want to do that. Or when they asked me, because I was teaching karate in San Jose, and then I moved to Nosara, and the owners of Del Mar Academy were like, we heard you teach karate, like, would you want to teach karate here in Nosara? And it was like, yes, a feeling, like, oh my God, of course. So yeah, I guess it's a feeling, like, like I do things that I feel like,
Yep.
I mean, there is a few things that I don't love to do, like admin stuff, and like, but I mean, you have to do it. Like computer work, I procrastinate a lot. But I think once it's done, I feel good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have an answer for like a tool that helped me find my calling. More than, yes, you said, maybe just a feeling like, ooh, that moves something in my heart.
Yeah. Beautiful that you're in touch with that. I think many people are not quite attuned to that space. Okay, with so many things going on, you have a lot of things you can do on a daily basis. A lot of people, you know, a lot of people in this town. You do a lot of things. You're of service in so many ways. And for busy people, this could be insightful. It's like, how do you choose what to prioritize? And I know Nosara is seasonal, so maybe that also plays into this. Maybe you can speak to the seasonality of Nosara. But how do you, in your mind, choose to prioritize things at a certain time? What does that look like for you, that system?
I think for me, one priority is movement. So ideally, I would do 2 hours of movement a day, which is possible in rainy season. So rainy season, I do like a morning practice, an afternoon practice, and I love it. High season, I don't have the luxury of 2 hours a day of movement. So I do choose like, okay, 1 hour, whether it's outsiders or running or doing yoga or surfing. And yeah, I mean, we joke about this at Outsiders because it's like, oh, tough choices. Do I surf? Do I do yoga? Or do I do Outsiders? You know, like we're lucky to have those problems. But in high season, I do have to choose. So I try to do 1 hour of movement a day. Another question that I get asked often is, when do you sleep? Like you do so many things.
You got to prioritize that at some point, right?
And I do have a superpower. That's also a blessing. I can fall asleep at any moment, at any time, and have the deepest sleep. Like I would just envision, and I was like, you know, music, like all night long, and I would just close my eyes and boom, like. So I know sleep is very important. For me, the reality is I only sleep 6 hours a day. That's all my body needs now. So in high season, I do have to sleep 6 hours because otherwise if I stay in bed longer than that, I don't have enough hours of the day to do all the things I want to do. In rainy season, you know, I can have maybe 7, or maybe even if I just sleep 6, but I can like stay in bed and play with the dogs or be like have like a lazy morning.
Yeah.
So movement, sleep. I'm really bad at hydration.
Yeah.
But I know it's important, and I tell my clients that. What else? Nutrition. I'm vegan. And I think that's also another thing that intrigues some people. Like, oh, do you get enough energy just out of eating, you know, plants? And it's like, yes.
You seem like you do.
Yes,
you have plenty of energy.
I don't need more.
Yeah.
I'm good. So yeah, nutrition is good. I normally I do more intermittent fasting.
Yep.
So I eat 2 meals a day. which I think also saves me time. Because I'm only getting 2 meals, not 3 or 4. So that's another thing, like food and having I love like a good brunch around 10, 11, and then like a dinner around 6 or 7. And what else?
Community, people.
Yeah. I do pick like the activities that I wanna go to. Socials, as I said, like I do once or twice a week hangouts with my girlfriends. I'm not like a partier. So when I hang out with my friends, we normally go to have dinner or we go to someone's home, or someone's house. Community, for nutrition, hydration, sleep.
There you go.
Yeah, I think those are the things.
Those are priorities.
Yeah.
So you say you're not a partier, but I have seen you at the Ecstatic Dance, the Nosara Ecstatic Dance. You've gone a few times recently, and I'm curious your thoughts on that space, being a Costa Rican, being somebody who maybe would perceive that space as like one of the woo-woo spaces of Nosara, but a lot of people in the whole human community, like ecstatic dance is a big part of it. So just your perspective as somebody from outside that group going into the Nosara Ecstatic, what were your thoughts and what's your experiences?
The right answer.
No.
Yeah, it's definitely a new practice.
Okay.
Definitely a new practice. The first time I went was like 2 years ago, and I was invited by a retreat group that I was working on. So I was doing body work for them, and they're like, "We're going to Static, you should come." I was like, "Okay." And we went, and it was a very interesting experience. The first thing is like, we have to do this cacao shot to set the intentions. Like, okay, cool. So we gather. Each of us had like a cacao shot. We set the intention. We drink the cacao. We drank cacao, and then they put
Glitter.
Yeah. It was like sparkles, glitters everywhere. I was like, okay. And that day I say yes because my friend Lindsay said, you have to do one thing a day that scares you. And for me, it was scary. It was like, I never been to this place. I don't know these people. Like, I don't know how to freestyle move. So I went, and it was like, okay, this was something. It's cool. I'm glad I experienced it. But it was not necessarily. I mean, it was a lot. It was high season. I think there was like 150 people. I mean, the energy was great, but I think I was overwhelmed.
Yeah,
honestly.
That's a very unique ecstatic dance as well. Usually, as you know now, those things don't happen at all the dances. I don't know which one that was that you went to, but that sounds like a very specific one and more on the woo-woo spectrum of a dance. Like it's farther on that side of things with the cacao and the glitter initiation.
Yes.
Okay. But you came back since.
But then, well, no, I didn't come for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then recently, I've been there. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning to feel comfortable in it. The first time I went, I missed the rules. So I didn't know what was allowed or not. Like now I know the rules, and I know, you're just in your own space. You don't need to interact. You're not even allowed to talk, and you have to be present because phones are not allowed. And so I've been navigating how much into this, deep into the circle I go, or I seem to stay more in the outer edge of it.
Yeah. I've seen you go in. I've seen you cross that star.
Yeah.
There's a star in the middle of the shala at the ecstatic dance. I've seen you touch it.
Yeah. I'm slowly getting in there. For me, I think what is helping too is closing my eyes to tune into, because as a Latin, you grow up learning how to dance like salsa, merengue, and all these is the steps.
It's right.
You learn the steps, and and also as a woman, in all these dances, the man is the leader. Like the man is leading, so you just follow the lead. So to have to create movement on my own, I'm not used to that. So I find closing my eyes and just listening to obviously I have a sense of the rhythms. So I can close my eyes and do my own movement, and then once I feel more comfortable with myself, then I open my eyes, and when I feel comfortable, they kind of step closer, and And the rhythms change a lot too, which I didn't know. Static dance, it could be ultra spiritual, it could be like crazy, like bass, like.
Yeah, like that. That's a good steak face.
I,
That's good. That's good.
And then also it could be like, I mean, I have heard a few like songs in Spanish, like with like lyrics, sometimes it's just the music. So I think like it's great. And to finish your question, like how do I feel around it now that I have experienced it more? It's a beautiful space. I love seeing. First of all, I feel like it's available for everyone. I see babies, families, people with their dogs, elder, like senior citizens, and everyone is there. It feels safe. Like, again, I come in as a woman, like you can be there and like be completely yourself, and you're completely surrounded with people that are just love and light, and nothing's gonna happen to you. And it's also very so what is the word? The soberano?
Soberano?
Yeah, like you could just do you.
Oh, sovereign. Soberano. See, like you're in a sovereign experience.
Yeah, so like you don't have to please anyone. You don't have to show. I mean, you're just showing up for yourself, and you can do as much as you want, or as intense as you want, or you can just sit down and watch. Which I see a lot of people like they bring their beach chairs and they just sit and hang out, and you asked me as a Costa Rican, right? Like, what is the experience? Like, normally, I mean, this is my experience. When we party, alcohol is always involved. It's a very engraved thing in the Latin communities. That level of joy and excitement and energy and like, normally my culture will like get it from substances.
Yeah.
Typically alcohol. And when I went to static dance the first time, and I keep seeing that, it's like people are genuinely happy, and they're just radiant, like they're just beaming light through them, and they're laughing and they're screaming, and they're all these expressions, and yeah, my first thought is like, what are they taking? Like, what are they taking? Like, how can you be so, on a Sunday, 10 a.m. in the morning or 10:30? Yeah. And then when I learned the rules and it's actually a sober dance, like, oh, okay. So I think this has been shifting for my experience growing up. Like when people behave at parties because they're drinking versus like, no, we're still partying, but it's, we don't need any substances to be this joyful and happy and genuinely just loving life and connection, like you're not talking. So that's also interesting. We talk a lot, Latin cultures, like, and you're just like eye gazing, and just through your eyes, you feel like the love and you feel the connection. And so it's it's a beautiful experience. I would recommend. And I have then since then I've been bringing my family. I brought my mom, her husband, my brother, his wife. I bring in all my friends now, and I was like, I know, guys, I know it's a hippie dance, but come with me. And yeah, so far everyone has been loving it.
That's great, beautiful. Thank you. I'm glad you've had some like great experiences there, and I definitely resonate with coming from a culture where drinking is the permission slip for dance, for connection, right? It's a social lubricant. Like it just allows, like, okay, if I'm drinking, if I'm on a substance, then we can go out, then we can express ourselves. But without that, it's weird. Like, it's the same in the States. I mean, that's very common. So it makes sense that it would be like that in Latin cultures as well. Just talking about the bridging of culture, Nosara is such a unique spot that it's an international community. And from your perspective as a Costa Rican, again, I know you're from San Jose, you're not from Nosara, but how do you see the growth and how diverse it is here? There's so many people from different countries that move here, and it's developing because of that, because of the money coming in here and things like that. Like, what are your thoughts on that? how it feels to be a Costa Rican in Nosara and what's happening in this community. Like, what is your take?
Well, I have been in Nosara for 14 years. This is my 15th season. So I have seen a lot of change over the years, a lot.
Used to be all dirt roads, right? There was not a single paved road here.
Yeah,
at
it was
one
all
point.
dirt roads. And as an animal lover, like a nature lover, like that's one part that has been tough to see so much construction and so many trees cut down and, the area, like I used to, like you still see a lot of animals here, like you see the monkeys and you see the squirrels, but it's nothing like what it used to be 14 years ago. So that's like, okay. But I mean, it's also inevitable.
Inevitable, yeah.
Development and I feel like for me, I can't complain because it has allowed me to grow my business and to grow my impact in the community.
Yeah.
Both with Nosara Animal Care and Nosara Bodywork. We have so many generous people that running a nonprofit is very challenging no matter what. But doing it in Nosara, it's like we have so much need. Talking about bridging cultures, right? Like normally the clients, like I'm going to talk about Nosara Animal Care, the animal nonprofit. So we have two type of clients. We have the clients that need help, and we have the clients that want to support. The clients that we want to help are like local families, low-income families, people that they may love their animals, but they don't have the resources or the knowledge how to properly care for an animal. Like say, for example, the one dog that we rescued 2 days ago that is currently at the house, a mama with 12 puppies. She belongs to a gentleman that he lives in the mountains by himself. He's an elder, like he's probably in his 70s. He barely gets enough food for himself. He doesn't have anyone to take care of himself. And so he has 6-7 dogs and he loves them. But I mean, like he can't fully care for them. And we got the call like Isis, not Isis, like NAC, my dog she's looking weird. She's super bloated. Like I need your help. So he's aware that the dog is sick, but he doesn't have a vehicle to even bring the dog to the vet. So it's like, okay, we'll take care of that. So we went, pick up the dog, the team pick up the dog, bring it to the vet. We collaborate a lot with Safari. So they're like, she needs a C-section right now. And we're like, okay, let's do it. And then we'll figure out, like, we'll find the funds. Like, just do it. I mean, we have to save this animal's life. And we made a post, like, we need to raise funds. And immediately some people are responding. And then we're like, we need foster care. We need someone to help with the puppies. I brought the dog to the house. And we had some friends that were there helping us bottle feed them the first night. And so it's like, there's a struggle, but there's a community supporting. And I feel like this big amount of expats, they seem to have, more resources. Yeah. We're talking about like whether it's time, knowledge, some people bring things down from the States or other countries to donate, or they want to give money that we need. So I feel very blessed to live in Nosara because yes, there is a bridge. There's like two different, there's the locals, and then us, like people from San Jose, and then expats. But I feel like we all need each other, right? Like I feel like people who are creating jobs, they need workers. So if we're open, like business owners are opening opportunities for jobs. And I also feel like there is a lot of like this is a very conscious community as far as like recycling, pollution, like the contamination of the ocean. I mean, there's so many amazing organizations in this town. Like we have Costas Verdes Forestation, we have Bomberos, we have the Wildlife Refuge, we have Nosara Animal Care, we have Dream Catchers, we have Security Association, NCA. Like, I mean, there's just so many. So I feel like that makes Nosara unique, and it's allowing it to, even though we're developing and growing, which is natural, it's always going to happen, there is still enough for everyone, you know, there's still enough for the locals to enjoy the beach, to get better jobs, to get better pays, and, you know, opportunities for growth, which, you know, we want, we need, you know, and sponsorships. I see that in the clinic. I get a lot of, not a lot, but I got a few patients that are sponsored by someone. Maybe they are like, they help with cleaning the house of someone. And so the person's like, oh, I want to pay for her session or, you know, a couple of sessions. So that's beautiful to see. You know, different people supporting others. Yes, Ali. Anyways, I'm talking about community and bridges and yeah. No, I think as I said, I can't complain. It's been good for me, for my business, for my organization, for people around me. Like I see the girls that work with me, like how they have, you know, be able to continue to do education or getting a nicer vehicle or traveling. And as I said, like it feels like when there's a need, the community shows up.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well. Yeah, in any different ways. Like when there was those floods up in Esperanza, like Dreamcatchers was on it, and then also the Adventure Nosara, but so many people just rallied and just showed up that next day. Same thing with the animal situation and so many other situations. When we see somebody or anything in struggle, I notice the community does really rally together.
Yeah.
So you're somebody who loves magic. Just magic in life, not like I'm not going to throw a magic trick out. But what is it, because you've talked about this, what is it to you that makes Nosara magical?
The community. I mean, it's a beautiful place. Yes, we have beautiful beaches and nature and all that. But I lived in other places before, and I would say the game changer for me was the community.
What is it about this community in particular that you feel like brings that uniqueness and connectivity?
Yes, I said, I think I don't know if this is the right word, but like it's a very conscious community as far as like my personal beliefs. Like we believe in preservation of the earth or the environment, and we believe in healthy lifestyle, right? We all move, we'll have some practices, and as we talk about like eating, sleeping, nutrition, the love for animals, love like families. I see a lot of families. I feel like it's a common denominator too. Like most people who choose to live here, they're not into, I mean, of course there's some people that like to party, but it's not the main thing. Like
No,
I
you wouldn't travel here to party from the States or something. You're not coming to Nosara.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, surfers, yogis, families with little kids. Yeah. I think the community, what it will be. Yeah, Charlie.
We have a dog here just off frame. You can't see. This is Addie. And she usually has wheels when she's on the beach. So she is adorable. And she has a handicap. And her back legs partially work. Maybe we'll have some B-roll with her on her wheels because it's so cute. At least the most famous dog of Nosara. But on that, yeah, there's so many amazing things about Nosara. But let's talk about some of the shadow side stuff too,
Okay.
because owning a business, owning a home, because you recently bought, renovated, you did construction on, and you own a home here. What's it like to have a business and a home in the jungles of Nosara?
Challenging.
Okay.
Challenging.
Yeah.
Everything is so difficult here. Nosara is very extreme. Everything is like extreme. Like when it rains, it floods.
Yeah.
And when it's hot, like, I mean, there's nothing you can do but just like lay down because you're sweating just by standing.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's dry, it's dry. When it's rainy season, when it's windy, I mean, that happened at the house recently. It was so windy that it blew off the outdoor deck that I had. Like, and then like everything breaks and nothing is easy to fix. And you know, there's a like kind of like Costa Rican culture thing that is like, yeah, I'll be there. I don't know. 2, and then they show up at 5, and then or they show up at 9 unannounced, and then like so like yeah, Nosara. So talking about the magic, yeah, Nosara is beautiful, yes, and we have all these beautiful things and this beautiful weather and this, but it's challenging. Like you're not everyone, and I think anyone can relate to this. Like if you have been in Nosara for long enough, you had to face some of the most challenging moments of your life. Whether it's like your business, in a relationship, health-wise, like, but and I think that shadow side is also an opportunity, or I think it's like we talk about Nosara as a spirit, as a female, like she will show you your shadows.
Yeah.
She will put a
For
mirror in
sure.
front of you and be like, okay,
Uh-huh.
bring it on. Like, give me all you got. It's like like Nosara tests you often. And, you know, I have to be honest, of course, like there's moments that I would like recently with the winds that broke, like the house was such a challenging project and finally got done and it was beautiful and perfect. And then there's a few days of wind and it turned the house down, like the deck, and I had a water leak, electricity leak. I mean, it was like a nightmare. And, you know, I woke up and in the middle of that also my cat went missing. And I was just like, I just can't take it. Like, it was just one of those days that you feel defeated. And you just want to like lay in bed and cry and like throw a tantrum as a 2-year-old. But the beauty of it is like Nosara challenge you in many ways, but it always support you as well. If you can endure some hardship, you'll see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it's transformative, really. Living in Nosara is, you go through many lifetimes. Like, I feel like I had, in 14 years here, I have already had like probably 2 other past lives. Starting to live my third, or some people call it seasons, like as a Netflix show. This is my 3rd season.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's challenging. Like finding talent is challenging. Navigating cultural differences with staffing, for example, or staff versus clients. Yeah, the elements, as I said, they're all very extreme. Sourcing things for the clinic, or like whether Nosara Animal Care, karate, whatever, all the things that I do, like sourcing things is challenging. Nothing is made in Nosara, so you have to ship everything from whether San Jose, or like some of the things I had to ship from the States, or so I would say everything takes longer. I think that will be the common denominator. People would agree, like it just takes longer. Tico time. Just breathe and
Pura Vida.
trust.
This is
and
why
pray.
Pura Vida is a thing.
Yeah. But yeah, Nosara, so yeah, you want to talk about shadows. I feel like there's definitely hardship when you live in the jungle, in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, and when the energy of this place brings out things that maybe in other places you were able to ignore.
it does surface truth, this place. You can't hide. It's so raw. It's so real. It's like the elements, you could see it moving behind us. Like it'll bring stuff up. You can't hide here, which is the beauty. It's the magic of it, because then the people you know and see that stay, especially through the seasons, you know, you're like, okay, you're a real one. I see you.
Yeah. And it's a small town. So that's also, as you said, it's like you can't hide it.
Yeah.
People know
People
you.
will hear everything about all of it all the time. Yeah.
Which I think you love this. Like, I feel like living in integrity.
Yes.
It calls you out on that. Because you, like, it's a small town. People know you. Whatever you do, people's going to hear about it. For good or bad. So if you live a life with integrity, it's super supportive.
Yes.
If you are not living in integrity, it's also going to show that out.
Literally get pushed out. There have been people we've actually kicked out of this town as part of the ecstatic dance community and otherwise, where there were men out of integrity that we've literally removed from Nosara. And I've seen people rally around different things. When something happens that is unsafe or unwell for the community, that literally come together and make sure the person is removed.
I have heard many people say, as we were talking about Nosara being a feminine spirit, Nosara will spit you out.
Yeah.
If you don't belong here, you will be kicked out, split out. Nosara will split you out. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about that too that's interesting, it's the people that aren't in integrity, like you said, are the ones who don't really belong here. Because what I found is people do find belonging here really easily if they're really authentically themselves. Like if you can really be you here, you'll find belonging. But if you're putting up some fake facade or trying to be someone you're not or harming others, no, you don't belong. This isn't the community for you. Or if you're being real, true, and authentic, I think belonging is really accessible in Nosara. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, because there's so many things you could do.
Yeah.
There's so many micro communities. There's the surfers, there's the yogis, there's the outsiders, there's the dancers, there's the runners, there's jiu-jitsu. And it's funny because everything seems to be around sports.
It's all active people.
It's the active people.
It's true. I mean, there's the people that have like the startups, the entrepreneurial space, and like those exist as well.
I know there's also beautiful people. Like there's a few churches. I think the Nosara Church, and they also, because we all get to know each other and support one another whenever there's emergencies. You mentioned the floods recently. We had a big one, a big earthquake in 2012, and then we have a storm. What was the name of that storm? Was it Sandy? That it was like, I mean, so much of Nosara town got flooded and damaged, and communities lost everything, appliances, their homes, and we all got together, the private, like I remember collecting donations from Bodhi Tree and then like getting donations from companies in San Jose, Hiron. There's like a brand of mattresses in San Jose, and then getting actually the government, like this organization called IMAS, and then the food bank and Nosara Animal Care, and we all collaborated to relieve. It was like this relief efforts after this storm. So we all are interconnected. As you said, the private equity, the entrepreneurs or business owners and the, like all these like sport people and all the communities, we all interconnect when it's needed. When you say it's like if there's an emergency and the community has to show up, community will show up.
Yeah. It's a great weaving that exists here in Nosara. And as we mentioned, it's a very full place. It's very full. It's like the dualities, the extremes, like the full experience, which is why we say being whole is so accessible here. So full that being whole becomes accessible. So the final question that I ask you is what I ask everybody that comes on the podcast is, for you, Isis, what does it mean for you to be whole?
To be whole. I knew I was going to be tested. Didn't prepare. What does it mean for me to be whole? I think about being whole when you have all your bodies, right? Like, at least my experience, physically, emotional, spiritually, intellectually, social. So yeah, I feel like in Nosara you can find all of that. Think about my personal life. I would say like maybe I do need to travel a little bit out of Nosara because it is a small town. So sometimes intellectually or culturally I need a little bit more. But again, that's why traveling is available. But yeah, I think being whole is realizing all the spectrum or all the different elements that make us one and try to honor all of them. Like not to focus in one, like I could be super intellectual, but I'm not moving and I'm not taking care of my health. Or I could be super physical, but I get so like, into a sport that I forget about connecting with my family and friends. Or like, so kind of like being aware of all these 5, 6 different elements of life. Yeah.
Well said.
I'm not sure if I mentioned, but I think one of the big ones for me is the opportunity to give back, like to be grateful. And if you're like from that grateful space, wanted to give back because you have so much, right? So yeah, I don't think I that would be my invitation for more people. Like for me to be whole means also taking a little bit of time to give back.
Yeah, that completes the whole human experience, right? When you are actually not just focusing on you. You mentioned the 5th body, which is of the 5 bodies, is the social, is the communal, because it's how do you impact the people around you, the world around you. You're somebody who shows up for others more than anyone else I've ever experienced, that shows up of service and from your heart so beautifully. I appreciate your embodiment so much, Isis. I see you and how much you show up for this community, for the people around you, for the animals around you, for the nature around you. You're an incredible human. You're a whole human. Thank you for coming on the podcast today. And those of you who don't know, she's actually the bottom hand. Can you see it? In the logo. So there it is. Now you know.